at the, where are we, Anthony? Ready. I have a coffee number that's a coffee. I probably to take it back to the market. He's a good, like, I don't know, because I get busy then or something. Because in the morning, and a provider, I know there's people that are beginning with that. So in all, I was a video with you, son and I just over the extracurricular phone that we we I had he had his in the season, but he went along and did not get sick not once. Neither did I. I had one sinus infection. And now the wind's been blowing and allergies have been really bad. So, but when he was in school, he kept having reoccurring ear infections one after another, which caused him to miss school because I ethically do not send a sick child to school. And I don't believe in kids getting up at, having to get up at 5:30 in the morning or whatever. And then when they get home from school, they have very little time. It's like rush, and then it's bedtime. And your child ends up spending more time with strangers than they do you. Whether you see it as a problem, that's your opinion. But, you know, I have the right to raise my child the way I want to. So, and I'm very proud of the way that I raised my child. I get compliments on my child all the time, and how intelligent he is, and how kind he is, and he has manners, and he's just a really awesome, fun, imaginative, creative, inquisitive, friendly, outgoing, yet compassionate child. He loves getting to know new people. Sadly, though, my child's had to learn as he's witnessed the way that I've been treated, that people are cruel, and people will smile in your face, and they will say that you're your friend, and they will pretend to be your friend, and they're just snakes. And it's getting worse these days. You can't be social like you used to be. Anyways, I didn't come here for all that. You know, and a long time ago, it's sad that we've had to come and remain. We can't spend a whole lot of time outside because we go outside and we are a target and people mess with us, and people have attempted to set me up in many ways. And I don't even mess with any of these people. But it's like, we can't even go outside and get fresh air and mind our own business at the same time without having snakes slithering in disguise around the corner when I don't fuck with nobody. So I removed, you know, and I've taught my child this. When you're not being treated right, and there's no point in arguing with idiots, and they're not being taught correctly, that the best thing to do is just to remove your access. You know, you don't fuck with them, and then you remove access of yourself from them. And that's what I've done. And I've been doing that for quite some time, to the point where I've literally documented my whole life on social media. Just because everybody was doing all this talking, but nobody seemed to be interested in talking to me. And I've left messages with receptionists, but clearly there's a problem somewhere. These women don't want to give my messages, or I really don't know what the situation is. At this point, I'm done assuming, because I am done defending myself. There's no reason why I should even have to defend myself to begin with, because I've not done anything. That one, doesn't that make sense? So I've sat back and waited for somebody with half a fucking brain cell to figure out what's going on and do their job ethically. Sadly, I've been let down in that department. Anyways, so I'm setting the pace for today, okay? We don't want to go anywhere today. We don't want to mess with anybody today. My child's been on his antibiotic. He's had 2 24-hour doses of it, and he still feels like he's got somewhat of a little bubble in his ear. So I said, you know what? The wind's been blowing outside, and I never want to deny a child playtime. But we're staying in today. So I would greatly appreciate it. We would both greatly appreciate it if you would allow us to mind our own business as we always do. Because something was said to me today, and I tell you what, it really rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm just going to get this off my chest now. Somebody said, oh, clearly these people are trying to set you up. I said, oh, clearly I've been speaking on that for quite some time now. But everybody wanted to turn a blind eye. And then, like I said before, after so long a period of time, when people don't want to even let you speak and they want to turn a blind eye to it, then that clearly demonstrates to me that they are a culprit in the situation. They're part of the problem. Because why is everybody going through so much trouble to cover shit up and not let me speak? So you see, that's why we've had to come here and do things a different way. Okay? So, but something was said to me, well, you've let these people do this. No bullshit, I have not let nobody. And like I said, I even cut off even people's access to us that we didn't even mess with or have no relations with to begin with. And people have been telling lies. Well, guess what, though? They're all coming to the light now. And all this time and trouble and this bullshit abuse that you all put me and my son through, each and every participant in this little shit show, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay. Now, it was one thing when you did it to me. But now, I'm Mama Bear here. But you know what? More moms need to be like this. Take note. Your child should be your first priority, period. And mine is. All day, every day. So, but once you attacked a mother, which then of course is going to affect the child. I am a law-abiding citizen. I came here to contribute to this community, to help make it a better place. And then I quickly decided that since everybody wanted to be an idiot asshole, that I don't want to be here. I do not want to establish roots here. Now, y'all hate me and you don't want me to speak up and tell the truth. But at the same time, you're trying to keep me from leaving, too. So that bullshit's going to stop, and I'm going to tell you that right now, because I'm not allowing anything. I'm not a victim. Warriors survive. Victims die. There's people dying all around me due to their bad choices, incorrect, unhealthy choices and lifestyles. Because people don't want to change their ways. It's a lot easier to be slimy, isn't it? Well, you know what? I'm not the judge, but I tell you what, Judgment Day is coming, and I promise you that because I can feel it in my bones, honeys. Anyways, on that note, so let's just establish this. I'm going to sing a little song, and then I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing in my home because I don't do anything illegal. I'm an amazing mother. I cook good food. My house is a little messy right now, but, you know, you all have taken up my time for whatever. I don't know. A lot of bullshit, but I tell you what, time is money. And you play with my time, my child, my emotions, and try to stagnate me from moving forward in my bright future, and you're going to pay for it. That one. Okay? you didn't want to see, but now you're going to be shown, whether you like it or not. No more eyes wide shut. Those bitches are going to be held open with toothpicks if necessary. In a figurative way of speaking. Okay? You good, baby? He's having a little chips and cheese right now. He's chilling. We're tired. We went to I had plans Monday, to clean house, do this, but of course my child came first and his ears started hurting that evening, so I just immediately set on going to the doctor first thing the next morning, which we did. And then some other things, and then they had to haul me off to jail, which, a lot of people's going to pay for that. That was a big mistake, and I'll tell you what, there's guards working there that don't need to be in there. And how are you going to run a federal facility and hold ICE detainees when you don't have a motherfucker there that can speak Spanish? And you've got other inmates from other Spanish countries using them as a translator for somebody new that just walked in the door from a totally different Spanish-speaking country that doesn't understand English. Okay? So how do you know that person is even telling them the correct information, and then you're having this person sign or agree to something? That's bullshit right now, and I'm telling you what, that's going to stop. And the guard, too, treated me like garbage because she was having a little power trip. And then sent some inmates in there to try to ruffle my feathers. Yeah, but then wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. She wanted me to pee on myself, and you know what? I should have peed all over her floor. But that wouldn't have been fair, because then she would have had one of her little bitch inmates clean it up. One of her little minions. Yeah, they tried every which way to fuck with me. But no, I remained in my character, which I always do. I don't change, okay? I'm not a switch hitter. Y'all people switch up. And I watch the way you treat other people. I see a big picture. And just know there's eyes on everybody. And there's a huge eye in the sky, too. You can't get rid of that. Anyways, let's move on, because from this point, the rest of my day, nobody's going to say no dumb bullshit to me. People are going to leave us alone. Nobody's going to knock on my door. My child and I are going to rest, relax, have fun, sing, play games, cuddle, watch a movie, do whatever we want to do in here, eat good food. And if I do happen to walk outside, do not approach me and don't say shit to me or my child. Okay? Now, those aren't boundaries. That's a line in the sand. Much different. Okay? I've already explained that before, too. So if you need a refresher, go back and check the videos. Because I feel like I do a very good job of explaining things in a couple different ways to hopefully maybe different groups of people and people that have different understanding of things. Because I don't look at things from just one angle. And I don't ever take a person's word for it. Now, why, county attorney or whoever you are, why are you going to put your signature on a piece of paper because some crazy, batshit crazy chick walked in and said some shit? You're not going to go do your own research. You're not even going to call me back. When I've attempted to reach out to you. And then I was told the shit was dropped. Because then my apartment manager told that chick she could come up around my apartment. And that's why I have her on video banging on my door for 20 minutes. Okay? So somebody's going to take care of this. I'm a complete, innocent bystander. I don't even know this crazy-ass chick. Now, I've heard shit now in the meantime because of all this. But I have it on video saying, I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Do not speak to me. And y'all have allowed this shit to happen, and I've been lied to. So, on God, the truth will come to light. It already has. And that's why your all's behavior, it's called behavior analysis. If you don't know anything about that, I do. I'm an expert in that. See, you didn't know that. I'm basically a walking lie detector. You cannot pull bullshit on me. You cannot lie to me. You cannot set me up. You cannot project your feelings onto me. You cannot dump your problems onto me. You cannot blame me for your own shit. And you can't take my inventory list either. Okay? Now, I'm very transparent, and I have integrity. My child knows what that means. Anthony, what does integrity mean?
Integrity means doing something good without anybody looking.
That's right. See? My 6-year-old child knows what integrity means. Why don't y'all learn something? Like I said, maybe you should attend his school. You know what he chose to name our school? Because the school board said I had to choose a name for my school. Okay, even though they don't own me or my child, nor do they have any rights to us. However, we play along because we don't argue with idiots. Oh, you should see the letter that the school board sent me. I almost was a smartass and put it online and sent it back to them, but there were so many grammatical mistakes in there and their wording, their incorrect use of words. It was hideous. But you know what? Because I don't try to like make people feel a certain kind of way. I just mind my own business. I didn't do that. But now you know what? I wish I would have. Or I wish I would at least like still have it to show you where I circled and showed like this is from the Board of Education.
And 3, 2, 1,
yeah.
Bam.
Like they couldn't even get a letter out. That was correct. There was at least 3 to 4 mistakes in there. And I stopped there. Because I just had to have a good laugh at that point. But anyways, let's just move on. Because I'm really not on a tangent. But you know what? I like to just scrape bullshit off the plate immediately. Even though it's not mine. Okay? But what I do is I let you know what will not be tolerated. Now, I'm not one of these people. I'm not a pushover. And I wasn't born yesterday. Okay? What you allow is what will continue. Now, I called stop to this bullshit a long time ago. But people want to keep playing, and like I said, they're going to pay for it. Bright, sunshiny day. Yes, it is. It is a bright, sunshiny day, but unfortunately, because of all this, which you all are going to pay for, my child and I are going to stay inside. So, nobody can say, I'm allowing bullshit to happen to me. Or I'm walking in it. Because I'm not walking anywhere. We're staying inside today. So, just don't even ask us. Just don't. The answer's no. I've been waiting for, praying for, the bright, sunshiny day. I mean, these people around here, they've even got their kids. They're using their kids as pawn pieces. They're encouraging their children to bully my child. That's what they're doing, y'all. We go to the park, run into a few nice strangers every now and then. We're not even going to the park today, for God's sake. This is ridiculous. Somebody will pay for this. Oh, God will make sure of that. And see all obstacles in my way. Oh, I can see things like before. I know what y'all are going to do before you even plan it. That's how predictable you people are. You only know so many tricks. Well, guess what? I've sat back and watched it all. You know